welcome back to the stream. I think that we've gotten, I don't think that we've gotten it fixed. At least we have audio back, though. We lost audio for a minute. Can everyone hear us now? All right. Wonderful. That's great to hear. All right, let's jump straight into this because now the market's open while we were fooling around. And we've got our first candle here. It's a bullish candle, and it's green. Market has turned around. We are now looking at, on the 30-minute interval, we're looking at an entry into a buy cycle. Looking here. Boom, there we go. There's the buy cycle here on the 5-minute day chart. We're already pushed up to 602. Looks like we have an initial, actually, hang on. We've already pushed past that too. Here's that. Yeah, we may be hitting 605.77 today. If we can get past this 603, we're going to push. Push up. And we kind of expected this. Lower the music just a little bit, sure. Is that better? Actually, you know what? We're going to increase the volume of the microphone a little bit as well. How's that? Is that much better? Wonderful. Great to hear. You guys are really helpful with this. Welcome in, CEO. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think the move, guys. I think the move is just simply calls today. Are selling put credit spreads down below this 599.47. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. There's just not much else to say. Like it looks pretty straightforward from here. The biggest thing today is just going to be making sure we get the right timing. We opened up a little high. If we wait for a minute, we're going to fall back down, and we're going to be able to get a better entry as it fills that gap. So I'm thinking we're going to come back down and hit the 599 just for a minute, and then we're just going to spring right back up. So once we hit that 599 and bounce back off, that's when we're going to want to enter those calls. That's when we're going to open the put credit spreads at 599 or 598, and we're just going to go to town from there. Now, I would say if you are doing the calls and the puts that are 0 DTE, I would recommend doing 1 DTE instead, so doing them for Tuesday rather than today, and that just gives you an extra 24 hours to close them. However, you can still close them the same day. Do we have a strike price in mind? Yeah, 599 or 598 probably with calls. We want to wait for it to get close to that level, bounce off the support there at 599.47, and then shoot for the moon. NVIDIA earnings. I'm hopeful. I'm super hopeful. I think they crushed their earnings. I mean, there's been some mixed news with them, but I think they crushed their earnings for sure. And then from there, generally that will coincide with a bullish market movement. And since they're one of the Magnificent Seven, which is one of the 7 biggest companies in the SPY, or in the S&P 500, and in this ETF SPY tracks, I think we'll see a ripple effect where the whole market just kind of surges back up because we've got a bullish price correction. We've got earnings coming in that they're going to crush. It's just setting up for a full recovery this week. I'm expecting us to hit the 605 or 606 probably by today or tomorrow. And then from there, who knows, maybe we'll go for another all-time high. But yeah, the dip we saw on Friday, probably not. It was number one, it was expected. And number two, it's actually healthier that it recovers, it bounces down, fills up the gap, and then pushes and makes another one, because when it's just so top heavy like that, it's not healthy for the market, not healthy for investors. What we want to see is it dip back down, gain some strength, and then surge back up, and that's kind of what we're waiting for. Do we have a strike price in mind? Yeah, once again, strike price is going to be probably around $5.99, $5.98. Our target price is going to be around $6.05 if we can press through the $6.03. Hey guys, I will be right back. All right, and we're back. $5.99 calls seems a bit expensive. Do you think it will lower down to $2.40-ish? Hard to say. Let's take a look. Are we looking at the 0 DTE or the 1 DTEs? That's the question. We'll just look on the 0 DTEs for now. Let's see. $5.99, $5.98s. We're looking at calls. Yeah, they're pretty expensive right now. They're getting cheaper though. They're getting a tad cheaper. If you're just buying straight calls, I probably wouldn't do that. Buy the 1 DTE, because that gives you 24 extra hours. So here we have the bid ask. They are a little expensive, yes. Man, look at the volume on these. 1,050 of these, 2,670. Over here on the put side, look how many people are buying puts. Almost 5,000 at 600. I wonder if they're selling them or if they're buying them. That's the question, though. We don't know for sure. They might be buying them. Yes, Carson, that would make calls cheaper. But the thing is, we've hit a support. We've bottomed out. Let me show you on the charts. We've bottomed out, and it's been trading sideways over the weekend. And then the futures are showing like really, really bullish movement. I don't know if you saw the pre-market session, but let's actually jump back to that. Okay. Just 1 second here. I think that's where we're at. All right. So here we are. Right here. So yeah, look at the S&P futures, 6061. Look how much they're up. If those weren't up, I would be really, really concerned about the outlook of the market. But because of those are up so high, I'm expecting us to push past the 603 and hit the 605 at minimum, if not 606 or even higher. I think we'll see a full recovery. Yeah, so basically the what we're trading now, we're trading the actual present price value, whereas futures trades the future, their contracts on the future price value. And these are the S&P futures, which tracks the SPX, or the SPY index. This is the SPY, or this is the SPX is the index. SPY is an ETF that tracks the SPX. And they both kind of go hand in hand. You can just kind of round this number and be like, okay, so SPY is probably going to hit 606.10 because S&P futures are at 606.1. And let's jump back to the charts. And actually, we've just gotten the SPX added into Robinhood, so that's super cool. And you can see it's doing the exact same thing. It's considerably more expensive, $6,000 versus $600. But yeah, right now we're at 602. I think we definitely see the gains. I mean, already we're starting to have this higher high and then this higher low. So now would probably honestly be a good time to buy it. No, it doesn't always go the direction the S&P futures go. It follows pretty closely. However, there are times when the S&P futures will drop suddenly, and we will usually see SPY follow it down. But then other times, there's times when SPY will drop a little bit, but the futures will still stay up. And generally, they always meet. They always meet again. So it's still a pretty consistent indicator. In fact, going back to that research, let me see here. If we look at the SPY news, refresh. Not really seeing it here. You can see right here the equity futures higher pre-bell Monday as investors focus on inflation data. So 1 hour ago, they're looking at these as an indicator too of what SPY is going to do. They're looking at those futures. Here we go. 3 days ago, ETF traded funds higher, equity futures mixed. So pre-bell Friday, they were trading sideways, then they dropped Friday afternoon. This is an article. They look at those as an indicator, and so it's a pretty accurate indicator of what SPY is going to do. It's a good indicator of the market. Right now, since market has opened, they've dropped a little bit. They're still up $10, up 0.17%. I have a strong feeling they're going to recover, so I'm not too worried. I mean, we closed at $5.99 on Friday, and we're up almost $3 from there. So yeah, exciting. What's the highest we hit here? Oh, that's the SPX. Let's go back to SPY. And you're going to see almost the identical thing on SPY. What's the highest we hit here, though? That's what I was looking for. Yeah, a 603.03. If you'll notice, the SMAs have crossed here. The 9, that's a golden cross. They crossed at a, I mean, this is almost textbook. It's at a 36.15. Strong bullish MACD. I mean, we are set up for a run. I've not actually. So yes, for full For full disclosure, I entered a trade Friday. It was a swing trade because I didn't have any day trades left. I was hoping to catch a 603, 604 swing. I'm trying to find where we're at. And so I have 603, 604, and 605 spreads in. And I'm down a little bit on those. But I'm hoping to see those. And those don't expire until tomorrow. So I've still got plenty of time. SPY dipped a little more than I thought it would. I was hoping it would settle around a 603 and I'd get a really good fill price. I got a decent fill price. We just saw them hit profit 2 seconds ago. I'm pretty confident in that trade still, so I'm going to keep it open. I have about $108.54 to trade with today. It looks like I was actually in profit today earlier. That's okay. But yeah, these are my positions right now. I'm not going to do a day trade because I'm still have... I wonder if I can show you my day trades. I don't think I can. Okay, yeah, here we go. Actually, we can. Day trade count here. I hope I'm not showing off anything I shouldn't. Okay. Yeah, day trade count. I'm at 3 of 3 day trades already, so I can't do another day trade yet until tomorrow. That's when my day trades will reset and I'll be able to enter. So if I do anything today, I'll be doing a swing trade with the 108.54 that I have. So should we enter soon? We're still in a downward trend right now, and so you could enter, but since we're about to enter into a sell cycle, I think we'll get a little bit of a better price if we just hold off for a second. Probably going to see it hit around 930. Honestly, it's almost always around 930, 936, 940, 920, somewhere around that time is because now we've got a decent trend for the day. It's up. We got to come down and fill this gap. You see, when we jump from a low candle to a high candle and there's this gap, a lot of times we'll see the price drop back down to this level and then resurge back up to this level. And so right now we jumped, we're filling the gap back up, and then we'll come back up. So I would wait for now. You could enter. I'd wait. You'll probably see red if you enter now, but you'll get green later. So yeah, at this point, our support level's at 599.47. We want to see it bounce off of that. That's where we'll enter. And then, yeah, we're going to ride it out from there. If we're doing level 1 options, I would recommend calls at 598, calls at 599, and yeah, put credit spreads at 598 or 599. Or if you have a high risk level and want to make a lot of money, but you're not afraid of that risk, you might do a call credit spread at like 602. You'll make a lot more premium. I'm sorry, a put credit spread at 602. You'll make a lot of premium. But remember, SPY has to pass over the 602 for it to be profitable. So you'll enter it in the red. But let's take a look at that, because that's an interesting trade. But let's see how profitable it is. If we were to do that at a 602 right now, let's see, 602. How profitable is that? Yeah, $60. That's not bad premium for one day. $61 per contract. That's pretty decent. I did not enter that trade. I'm not going to enter a trade right now. Let's just watch. All right, here we go. Entering the sell cycle. We're getting a death cross forming here, and we're nearing our support level. And if you're watching, let's take a look at our options. Our call prices are now below 200 for the 599 calls. A lot cheaper now. So I think it was Carson you asked about the price. If you'll look, they're around 190 to 200. Previously they were about 400, so they've halved in price. Alrighty, looks like we've hit our support level. We're making a little bit of a recovery. We dipped slightly below it. I am going to mark that low we hit. It's at 599.35. And all we did was wait, Carson. We waited 30 minutes or even less, and now they're half value. And they're already starting to go up in value. Some of them are. As soon as we start going up, we're going to watch them just fly up in value. They're going to hit 400, 600 as soon as we turn around at this support level. But since we're in a sell cycle now, I would not buy them yet. They're going to get a tad cheaper first. Boom, we're through our bottom support. Enter in that sell cycle. Still showing that it's pretty strong. We are entering a sell cycle though, as expected. But look again. Look at our RSI. This is textbook setup. Just about a 30 RSI. Entering a sell cycle. It's going to go through the sell cycle. When it starts going up out of that sell cycle into a new buy cycle, it's going to be the perfect time to buy, and just we're going to run up at least to the 603 if not higher. You're asking about the 1 DTE or the 0 DTE. That just depends on the play I'm going to make. If I'm doing long puts or long calls, I'm going to do a 1 DTE. If I'm doing spreads, I'm going to do a 0 DTE. And the reason behind that is credit spreads give you upfront risk and upfront premium in exchange for less time, and the theta decay is on your side. So as long as the price stays within a certain range, you're gonna profit. And so the less time we can hold that trade, the better. For a long call or a long put, the longer we hold that time, the less it's worth, or the longer we hold that option or that position, the less it's worth. And so for that, we want as much time as possible to get in and out. So we want to go a little bit longer. And so day trading, call and put options that are just single leg, you want to go a 1 DTE for a better risk to reward ratio. Otherwise, if you're going to do 0 DTE, I like to be out of them by 10:30 to 12 p.m. or 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the latest. But it's usually better sooner than later. Once again, we're showing pretty strong support at those levels. Just kind of sitting here. Not really expecting too much. If it does dip further, I don't know. It will just have a little bit of a better entry, I believe. If I'm down on a 0 DTE, so there's two situations. One is I hit my stop loss, and the other is I hit my time. And yes, if I hit noon and I'm not out of them, the chances are they're probably not going to be profitable. So I'd rather cut my losses if it hasn't hit my stop loss, and lose a couple bucks rather than holding those and letting them expire worthless. So yeah. If I'm down, I cut them out. And we actually had a trade here a couple days ago where that happened, where we entered a trade. Had we stayed in it, it would have been profitable. But because of the risk, we stepped out and we saw SPY do some crazy stuff. We only lost a couple bucks, and I think we lost like 30 bucks, 40 bucks or something like that. And then the next day we made like 90 bucks. So we made it back. We didn't revenge trade. We played it safe, and it was much safer. Yes. The only thing is, since the RSI is near the buy levels at 30, I think we're going to be safe. Yes, with the credit spreads, I like to hold them as long as possible. I generally, if I can, if it's safe and the price is moving away from my position, then I'll hold them till expiration because theta decay is on your side. Alternatively, you can close out your credit spread early if you're happy with the profit that you're getting, and that way you don't have to sit there and monitor it or worry about what if SPY changes or something on you. For instance, Friday, I think we took our profits early, and then when SPY crashed, I think we were all in the green on SPY on Friday. All right. Now, last week, someone said, we were at 613, and someone said, why should we be looking at the support levels down here at 598 and 597? And I mentioned that, 597 is only, February 3rd that happened. Hang on, where is it? February 3rd, I believe. Yeah, February 3rd, we were down here at 597 levels. February 4th. And so they're like, surely it can't hit that. And here we are today. We're tapping 598 right now. So always look at the weekly and then the monthly for the supports. And it looks like we're starting a bit of a ramp up on this RSI, right around 36. Looks like maybe. Or a little under 36, maybe 30, 32, 31. We want one trend candle to break, or we want one strong green candle to break the trend, and then we could potentially buy in right here. It's still kind of sideways. Yeah, so at this point, since it's pushed through that bottom of the 599, we would probably do 598 or 597s. So we want to make sure we find the bottom before we enter those credit spreads. That's our biggest thing. Let's see. I'm honestly thinking about doing a longer call. Maybe I could do a swing trade. Let's take a look at our fear and greed indicator real quick. Okay, so here's the thing. We've pushed through a couple of supports. It's in a new downtrend. I am expecting it to turn around anytime, so hopefully we do turn around. However, because we've seen such a strong red trend, we're going to look back and start doing our analysis back over again and just make sure that we're still safe. Here we have the fear and greed index. We've dropped from 35 now down to 32, which is a new low that I haven't seen for a while. We are in this period of extreme fear, trading kind of sideways. I think we'll see a bull run this afternoon. But we're still going to hold off on our trades for now and just make sure we know what's going on here. Yeah, put and call options are now neutral. That means there's a lot more puts that are being bought and sold in comparison to the calls. So currently 597.45, and there we go. We're at 597, where we started the month out. And futures are dropping. Notice again how closely related they are. This one's at 5987. This is at 597. So maybe this one overcorrected a little bit more than this one did, but they're still around the same levels. Let's see what the news is over here. And I am going to read this article. I had pulled this article out earlier, but I hadn't read through it yet, so. Interesting. So what's funny is this article was posted at 8:28 a.m. Eastern time, and currently we are testing those. Actually, we've passed through some of those levels. Okay, boom, and now we're at 596. I just saw it blink just for a second there. Now we're below 30 RSI. That means we're oversold on the market. And we're still dropping, which is kind of crazy. I expect us to hit another level of support anytime now. And at that point, that's when we're going to want to turn around and place some longer plays, I think. Before we do that, though, I do want to check in and make sure there's nothing else crazy going on that we don't know about. Let's see here. And once again, I'm just looking through the news here. I'm looking on my phone. Okay, and here we go. Looking through the news, 18% is positive, 25% is negative, and the remaining 57% is neutral news. If I have time, would I mind explaining the $30 strategy? Yeah, let's do that. Let's jump into that now while we're waiting. We have about 30 minutes to do that. Let's jump into the $30 strategy. Okay, boom. So this is the website for the trade. We run this. We have a lot of good we have a lot of good information, free courses. It's all 100% free. You don't have to worry about. Yeah, it's great. Let's see here. Here's an article. This article is about the $30 challenge. I'm actually going to post it in the chat if y'all want to follow along or read it for yourselves. But yeah, let's just jump straight into this. Boom. Okay. Here's kind of how the $30 option challenge works. We take $30 in cash that we start out with. We invest it using option strategies in SPY. We take 30% of all profits out and we put it into dividend income investments. We also take a daily investment of our $30 cash balance and put that into stable investments that generate dividend income. Good to hear. Good to hear. Thank you for letting me know. SPY turned around. We seem to be bouncing back. Let's actually jump into the chart again, just so we don't miss anything. Okay, boom. Strong trend. Once again, we want to look for a cross. Where we got? So we want to look for... That's annoying. How do I move this now? I hate this stuff. Yeah, they won't let me do it. That's terrible. I don't like these drawing tools. Give me a... Somebody give me a crayon or something. That's what I need. Here we go. It's still snapping. I hate that. Anyways, I'm trying to highlight this right here where these crossover. We're looking for another crossover. Looks like we're coming out of this trend. These are going to lag a tad. At this point, it's probably safe to buy our calls. And if we go and look at the call options, we're probably going to see them spiking in price all of a sudden. Let's look at the 1DTEs. Actually, let's look at the 0 because we were looking at those. Boom. Calls, 598. Yep, they're already back up at 200. Probably heading to like $400 to $500. Especially if we see the price continue to move. Are we trying to buy a vertical call? We were hoping to buy a long call at the bottom. Right now we seem to be hitting at the bottom. It's hard to say what we should do here, just because, as you can see, we've fallen quite a bit more than expected. We expected to kind of settle around this level. Instead, we dropped all the way down to 596. But looking at the volume and such, this is probably the correction that we were waiting for. Yeah, I think we should be okay here. All right. What I want to look for is the entry on this chart here. Entry seems to have been around here, but I want to see these cross as well and confirm that trend, because right now we're hitting up against this 598. I want to push past that. Once these two close, I'm in, and yeah, we'll just ride out from there. Let's take a look at our fear and greed indicator again. Fear and greed indicator has fallen again. This makes me think that it's hard to say. To be honest, I probably wouldn't do a call today. I would do it for like Friday or something. Does it seem like it will go much higher? I think we're definitely going to hit like 603, 605 this week. I'm pretty confident we are. I feel like we've fallen way too much. And We already saw the pre-market futures. We saw the pre-market price hit 603. I think that we're definitely going to hit that again. Now, is it going to be today? I'm not sure. Tomorrow, maybe. The longer out we go, the more I find it reasonable that we're going to hit those 605 levels. Hopefully we do it tomorrow. If not, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I hope so. And there we go. At this point, we're crossing here. Our next candle will probably be a cross. We've got a trend. I would go ahead and enter my longer calls for now. 1 DTE out, longer calls probably at 598, 597. If we just give it a tad second and we hit that buy cycle, we're going to see it shoot through the roof, though. So it's a balance between wait long enough to enter that buy cycle and get the most bang for your buck. You don't think I'm sharing the right screen? Yes, that is true. What about the put credit spread? We probably should move that down below the bottom again. So probably 596, 95. If you're feeling adventurous, you could probably do it at 97 still. But you kind of want to stay outside of those bottom zones. And then going back to the 1 minute, since I wasn't sharing, here we go. We have a cross, our golden cross. Now is the time to buy in. We may have actually, yeah, now is the time to buy. When we're set up like we are, we're about to enter a new buy cycle. We want to look at the 1 minute daily. And once we see the golden cross on the 1 minute daily, we buy in. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, on the 1 minute here, we've got boom. There it is. There's the golden cross. Go to the 5 minute. We're about to end the sell cycle and enter a buy cycle, and that's when we're going to see the rocket. So actually, if I have, I'm going to hit. Let's see if I can do something here. 601s. I don't want to do a 0 DTE. See if I can do one for Wednesday. How far out do I have to go for Wednesday? Come on. I can't afford it. That's unfortunate. I only have $108 in buying power. So let's do it tomorrow. And we're already ripping like crazy. We've already gained $100 on those calls. Yeah. I would take profit sooner rather than later, guys. So if you're in the money now, take your profit. Don't be greedy. We're ending on the 5 minute. We're ending our sell-off. We're probably going to have a small candle reversal and then rock it back up again. Let's look at the 1 minute. We're probably entering a sell cycle on the 1 minute. Yep, we're ending or starting to close out a buy cycle. If you bought, you can take profit now or you can hold for a little bit longer. Up to you. I wouldn't be greedy just because we've seen a lot of crazy stuff going on in the market lately. Jay, I wouldn't be too upset as long as you saw profit and you got your money. Then you made money, and it doesn't matter how much or how little you made. If you're making money, you're making progress. So. And if we wait just a little bit, it looks like, once again, it's 9:20. It looks like it's going to line up exactly again with 9:30, our perfect run. I don't know how it always does. It just tends to line up around 9:30. Okay. And I would have, if you guys have entered positions, you can close them now for profit and get ready for our second trade here if you have the day trades available, or if you haven't entered a trade yet. We're going to wait for this buy cycle to close. We're going to wait for the sell cycle. Once we come out of that new sell cycle, we'll also be entering on the 5-minute. We'll be entering a buy cycle, and we'll have, matching charts. We're going to have a lot of momentum, and I think we'll see a good run, another good run. And I think this one's going to be a little bit longer. Just that one. Yeah. Looking at the weekly. We're coming out of a sell cycle, which we know we've been in a sell cycle since Friday. Hopefully this afternoon we just rip and just absolutely blow everyone away with how much we increase in price. Let me see. I'm really, really tempted to enter a position here for like Friday or so. I might do this. We're at 598. I could do a 598. I'm considering doing a 598 for. Let's just see how much it would cost. $36. That's not a ton. How much do I need to have? That's unfortunate. Okay. Really not great either. Put credit spreads, and you've been read. Was it put credit spreads or call credit spreads? So we hadn't really talked about. What, Jair, where did you buy your put credit spreads? What price? Strike price. 596 and 595. Were they put credit spreads or were they put debit spreads? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. At 596 and 595. Yeah, you should be in the... If you're in the Discord, post your position, please, and I'll take a look at it. Put it in the general chat and tag me, and I'll take a look at it, because you should be in profit right now. All right, I'm going to take a quick break and I'm going to jump straight back into this, but I want to talk back about our $30 option challenge here. So boom, $30 cash. We do the option strategies like credit spreads or back ratio spreads. We put 30% of all profits into dividend income, and then instead of reinvesting the dividend income, we let it accumulate back into our cash balance so that we always have that cash topped up with our dividends. Jumping back into our positions, let's see. This is our position. So we have a lot of shares of stock, and we just accumulate these, and we don't really care if they go up or down, because what they're doing is they're paying dividends. I wonder if I can show this. All right, let me pull up my other Robinhood. Hopefully this works. Okay, I think this doesn't show anything, does it? Okay. So here we go. We've got this. And if we go into these shares here, I don't care about this. You can see that every day we're buying from our daily cash. And then additionally, we're making dividends. You can't see this. You can't see it here. Let me go to a different one. YBTC. I know you'll be able to see it here. Okay. So, once again, we have a recurring $2 every day from our cash balance. And then, boom, here we go. This pays weekly dividends, and right now I'm getting 47 cents every week from this. And so because of that, it's topping up the cash balance, and that's kind of how it is. So I wonder if we can go to the breakdown. Where's the breakdown? Portfolio breakdown. Okay, I mean, I guess we can just see here. I've got 50, 100. I've got almost 400 or so bucks, or like 300 bucks or so in this. What is the actual amount? Surely there's a way to see the exact amount. Okay, 400, I think it's $448.66. This is the share price, isn't it? Okay, yeah. So I've invested. This is share price. This is the amount of shares I have. I'm looking at my phone here, and it has a breakdown, and it says $448.63 that I've made in profit, that it's been invested in these more stable investments than options. And these are all paying dividends. O pays a monthly dividend. ADC is a monthly dividend. I believe this one's a monthly. This one's a weekly dividend. This one's a weekly dividend. Let's take a look at this one. $2. 30-day yield. So in a month, you get 93 cents per share. That's not bad. If you put 20 bucks in and you make $1 a month, or 30 bucks in and make $1 a month on that one. So yeah, it's keeping it. The dividend income is keeping my cash balance topped up, and then of course, I'm putting daily even more into those, and then doing my option strategies where I'm taking 30% profits and topping those up. So it seems to be doing good. Let's take a look here. Green at the moment. Yeah, Jair, you are up 5% right now. Total return. Your market value is -16, which is actually a good thing. The lower it goes, so as it goes -15, -14, -13, that's what you want. You want it to go all the way to 0. Yeah, you're in the profit, Jair. Been bouncing between -1 and 0. The longer you hold it, the longer, or the more you'll be in the profit. And whoever explained that is correct. You receive the $16 up front, and so what you want is the price of the contract to decrease in value so you can buy it back to close it. And so anything less than what you paid for it is actually a good thing. And then boom, I'm actually getting a notification from Robinhood right this second that I got a 3-cent dividend investment. Oh, that's a different account though. That's unfortunate. All right, let's jump back into the charts. Let's see what's going on. I think we may have had another dip. Yep, a little bit of a dip. That's okay. Let's look at the 5-minute. Alrighty. Let's look at the 1-minute. All right. It looks like right now is a good time to enter. We haven't quite hit the crossover yet, but as you can see, we are coming back for another crossover. Okay, Jair, and yeah, you should be good as long as SPY stays above 596. You're going to close the day in profit, and we haven't seen it hit 596 yet, so you should be good. It may have hit 596 actually. Yeah, but it hasn't hit below 596, so you should be good. And I do want to check on that just to make sure. Yeah, at 596 and 595, and until you hit 595.83, you're still going to make money on this trade. And it looks like we have a little bit of a bigger volume candle, so we might just hold for a second. Once again, the volume candles are growing again, so maybe we're having another dip. If that's the case and we have a new support at 599.47, you could profit right now by doing a 599 call credit spread above it. And Jair, another thing to think is because you sold it, it does count down negative, and it's very strange. Robinhood's not the greatest at displaying the pricing for your credit spreads. It's pretty bad at it, to be honest. But they have changed recently to show, it'll show a negative number, but then it'll show a green icon on it. So, and that just makes it more confusing, honestly. But you were still in the red. You were still in the green as long as it says plus at the bottom for the daily amount or for the total amount. Plus, and then it shows you that the price is less than what you paid on a credit spread. All right, and here we go. We're seeing a little bit of a green candle starting out. Have we placed a second trade? Not yet. We're still waiting. We're waiting for the long move, which I think we might be about to see in just a moment. And what we're waiting for is we're waiting for this MACD to close here. Once those cross over and we start to enter into a green buy cycle again, and then potentially if these two close as well and indicate a golden cross, we'll be set up perfectly on the 5-minute chart. Actually, we are on the 5-minute chart. Let's look at, this is what we should be watching right here. Okay, so when this closes on the 1-minute chart and this closes on the 1-minute chart, then we should be set up on the 5-minute chart for a really good run. Yeah, and Roger's right about that. What it calculates is the opportunity loss. So whenever your price goes above, say you open it for 20 cents, and then the price goes up to 30 cents. Well, that was 10 extra dollars you could have made if you had sold it at that time. But because you sold it at 20, it doesn't mean you're in the negative. It just means that you lost the opportunity to make that extra amount. It isn't until the price is outside of the range that you actually lose money. Let's take a look back at the fear and greed indicators. And wait, that was a pretty big jump on the candle there. Kind of want to watch this now. Not a problem. Not a problem, Jair. Yeah, here it is. I think we're crossing. $5.97 calls, anyone? If we stay in the green here, I would get your plays already because I think this might be what we do today here. Hard to say. Not yet. No play yet. We're still waiting for this to fully confirm being closed, and then we're waiting for these to set up from the golden cross before we make a play. All right, and we've closed on the MACD. And there's the run. We're passed through both of the SMAs here. Take a look at the 5-minute. I think we should be good to go for calls. Yeah, I think so, because these are now closing, and then once we start that run, those calls are gonna absolutely go off. Back to the 1-minute. Just need to wait for that golden cross. Still waiting for the golden cross. And generally what we'll do is we'll sit out and we'll wait and we'll wait, and if it doesn't ever show up, then it will 10:30 comes along and we'll just sit it out for the rest of the day, and we'll tune in the next day. So if we don't make a trade today, that's okay. Better to make a safe setup trade than to try to force something. So here we go. We're testing another support. Okay. And we're still waiting for the setup here. Look how much volume we've lost from here at 342,000 all the way over to here to where we're at 33,000 in volume. It's a lot of volume lost. I'm a little disappointed, to be honest. I was hoping we could get a little more momentum. We are setting up for a golden cross here. If we can get that to cross over, then we could have a run on the 5-minute chart. Let's take a look over there. Yeah. We could have a run here. It's just not as strong as we had hoped it would be. It's just so back and forth. Look at this. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Still bouncing off this support, though. And it looks like we've broken through. Broke through our support a little bit. 597.38. We're still in the 597 range. Can't really push past that, so it's hard to say. I think I'm going to enter a play at 597 since we haven't been able to get past that. I'm going to do a put credit spread. I don't know that it's going to be super lucrative, but I think we'll be okay to do it. Only $40. Let's see what happens here. I've never done this. Okay. Okay. It's not a ton. I mean, it's just not doing wonderful, is it? Did I just enter that? I don't know if I did or not. Let's do this. I'd like to get a 40 fill, but I don't know if I'm going to get a 40 fill on this one. Yep, I think I'm going to go ahead and do it then. If I can get it a 40, I'll be okay, I think. Oh, that's no wonder. I was so confused. Like, why are these? That's really far out. Let's do that for here. Okay, I'm doing this play here. I'm gonna back it up 1 and be safe. It's for tomorrow. It's a 1 day to expiration SPY put credit spread, and I think I'm only gonna enter 1 for now. Yeah, there we go, and we've just entered it, and we'll just wait and hopefully that fills for us. In the meantime, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to watch. Because I still just see it trading sideways all day. I'm expecting it to run, but I don't know if it's going to be this afternoon or if it's going to be tomorrow morning. Can I walk through a little slower? What would you like me to walk through? We'll go through it. Basically what we're looking for are support levels. We like to look at the week chart on 30 minutes, the 30-minute interval. We mark out the different levels of support and resistance. And then we're trying to place trades outside of these levels of support and resistance once they start to correct. And so if we do that successfully, we make money. If not, then we might lose some, so we'll cut our losses short and then try to enter new ones. 598, 597. I placed this one here. Let me show you again. I placed a 1D. I sold a 596 and I bought a 595. Put credit spread. So sold this one, bought this one with a difference of 30. In this case, they're currently trading about $32, so I'm probably going to be filled any second now. But yeah, that's what we've done. I haven't seen that it's filled yet, though. I think it's just queued, waiting for a 30. I entered it at 30. So hopefully we get filled there. If not, oh well. And it did get filled, so we should be good. Alrighty, at this point, we've entered our trade. I've entered my trade. It's a swing trade for tomorrow, Tuesday, February 25th. It's a sold 596 put and a bought 595 put for a put credit spread. We filled it at 30 cents per contract, so we'll have a total of $30 max profit with a max loss of, I believe, 68, I believe, was the max loss, $68. But yeah, other than that, there's really not much else to do today. It's just kind of boring today, honestly. If anyone has any questions, we could do some research or we could do something different. Let's take a look at the chat. 0 DTE calls. No, I generally like to do 1 on long calls. For those of us in 596, 590 put credit spreads, is it better to hold for theta decay or get out by 12? So as long as it stays above 596, you'll be safe. So you could hold, but I would monitor. Hold and monitor. Because the longer you hold, theta decay is going to help you out. But if you cross over the 596, or if you cross over your break even, which would probably be 596 point, probably like 50 or 35, depending on what your fill price was. So if it drops below that, then you should probably close those. But until you get past 596, you're technically in profit. Do I think the market might go up this afternoon? Yes, I do. Or tomorrow? Yes. I'm expecting it to. Right now we're trading sideways all day. It's annoying, but it is what it is. Look how oversold we are. We're so massively oversold. It's unbelievable. If you wanted to do like a long call, like you could technically do a long call right now for like Friday at 597 or 598 and wake up tomorrow and it would probably be in the money. And if not, by the end of the week, I'm sure it would be in the money. It's not trading advice. It's just my opinion. However, because we're so oversold, and you can see when we've reached these levels of being oversold this much, it always corresponds with a really, really low that ends up with a high within. Let's see, what's the difference in that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days later, they're at an all-time high from this low. So here we are. We're reaching a low. By Friday, we'd probably see a 605 or higher. So yeah, they always say buy the dip. We're in the dip, and we're dipping probably as low as we're going to go. It's unfortunate we didn't have a more clear, longer trade today, but my fear at this point in time would be if we wait too much longer and we don't place a swing trade, then we're just going to get absolutely obliterated when it turns around on us. And by absolutely obliterated, I mean we're going to miss out. And so because we've got some support down here and we're just dancing along around it, I placed a swing trade for tomorrow for a spread. And I'll probably be placing spreads throughout the week. But you could do a long... Do I ever do a calendar spread? I do from time to time, but mostly I like to do 0 or 1 DTE credit spreads. I just like... I don't know. I like the thrill. And I like the ability to day trade it. Which, unfortunately, on this account, which is the $30 account, because it's under the $25,000. It's subject to the PDT rule, which is the pattern day trading rule, and means we can't trade except for 3 times a week on day trades. And so we've been doing a swing trade. We've been doing 3-day trades a week, and then doing swing trades when we finished up those. So that's why I'm trading swing trades right now, because as you can see here, wherever it is, oh, right here. As you can see, where are we? Day trade count, 3 of 3 day trades. So we were just sitting out and chilling. It looks like we may have gotten a good feel here on this, honestly. Actually, it looks like we're moving quite quickly now. What's going on here? We've had a little bit of an uptick the last couple of minutes. We are now back above 597. And it looks like we're about to enter the buy signal. Should I swing it or take it? CEO, what's your position? If you entered a credit spread, I think you should hold it. If you entered a long call, I also think you should hold it actually for the next little bit, because we're about to see it profit quite a bit. I have a feeling we finally reached the correction. We've been waiting for it. We kind of got discouraged, and here we are. We're right here on the brink of it. So I'm watching it appear on the chart as we speak. It always seems they hit you right when you feel like, man, we're never going to hit this swing. We're never going to get this recovery. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere. But if you look at the 5-minute, we're so close to switching back over. And when we do, I have a feeling we're going to run. $597, $596 for tomorrow. Call credit spread. I would probably hold that, man. You've got a whole extra day, and we're above 598 now. So here's our run that we've been looking for. It's finally here. I felt like it would never come, but it's here. We just needed one more candle to solidify the crossover on the MACD, and then I feel like we're home free for a little bit. I'm just sad it didn't come earlier in the day when there was more volume, so that we could take advantage of the other price swings and stuff. But I think we'll be okay. Let's watch these calls go up. Yep, they're at 315 now. On the 0 DTs, we're back at 200. We just need it to break through that 598 resistance and go back up. There it is. I know sooner than I said it did it go through. I wouldn't close them. Not yet. We've got too much good stuff going our way now. We just crossed over on the MACD. We got our first green candles. We're on a 3-candle trend now. Our 1 minute, probably going to see a golden cross on the 1 minute. There it is. There's the golden cross. I would stay in that trade. Back to the 5-minute, and we just watch it now. As long as we stay above 597, you're good. You're home free, CEO. You can take your profit at any point in time, though. I don't want you to stay in your trade if you're not comfortable. If you want to take your profit, you take your profit by all means. Personally, I think you'll get more. Yeah, we're hitting. Here's the run, 598.30 already. We just went up 30 cents. You should be in profit by more than 10% now, so should be okay. Looks like this run just came a little bit later in the day. Oh well, I guess. Just goes to show, be patient and wait for those setups, I guess. There it is. We're up 40 cents. Almost 50. Not a problem, CEO. We finally got that correction. That's what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for it to set up, hit that support and resistance and make a turnaround, and it just hadn't been. It wasn't doing it, and I thought we weren't going to be able to make a trade, and then it started looking like it was going to. I went ahead and placed it because we had tested it 2 to 3 times on the 96, so that's why I placed my trade at 96.95, and now here we are. We're about to hit 99. It's okay to be a little riskier on a trade as long as you're taking profits out and setting them aside and you're not using your entire account balance. Don't just throw. Here we are, we're at 60 cents now. I'm going to take a look at the 1 minute again because that's also going to tell us our exit point if we take an exit here. We're past our 598, so this one's just going to need to run. At this point, because we're having such a strong downtrend, you would probably wait another candle to see if it's going to continue or if it's going to, keep running. Because right here we have a trend of green candles. These are still quite far apart. These are decently far apart. But we want to figure out what the trend is going to be before we sell off or buy. I'm sorry, before we sell off or decide to hold. So now we have a second red candle. Let's watch it. Okay, it's starting to push that top one down a little bit. So yeah, if you open long calls or long puts, you could take your position and close it at this point in time when we've got what looks to be a trend downward again, or you could technically wait because it could turn around. And boom, we're seeing it grow up again. Generally what I've found is if you close it in the middle of a buy cycle or in the middle of a sell cycle, you actually leave a little profit on the table because when it dips, it'll recover, and then when it finally closes, that's usually the best time to sell or to place that order. I don't know if that's going to be the case here. We're going to find out in just a second, though. And there we go. We have a green candle. It looks like it's going to recover some of that. So had you sold at the bottom of the red candle, you would actually have lost, or you would have actually lost some of the profit that you could be getting now. So I tend to wait until the ends of the cycles to close my trades, just to be safe and to know what's going on. Well, it's 10:11. We're going to end the stream in about 15 minutes. At 10:30, that's generally when we end these. Is there any questions or anything else that anyone wants to talk about before we end or before we close? Submitted a question using the forum in the Discord over the weekend. Yeah, we actually went over that this morning on the first stream before we had technical issues, but I will go over that again. I'm also going to post the answer to that question in the Discord. But since you're here, I will go over it again. I'm assuming it was the thoughts on the 0 DTE credit spreads near end of day. Is that the question? Okay. So yeah, the question is thoughts on 0 DTE credit spreads near end of day, even though likely not as valuable as the morning. Would they have a higher likelihood of being profitable since theta is on your side and there's not much time left in the day for the market? The answer to that is it depends. It's one of those questions. It's a really, really good question. It's an excellent question. But there's some variables that aren't related to the stock market that increase your risk. One of those variables is the fact that a lot of brokerages auto close your positions at the end of the day, and so what you have is this slippage of profit where, you know, if it expired you would make $6, but they close it early at like 3 o'clock or 2:45 just to minimize risk on their end, and so you lose $6 in profit. So the closer that you open those to the end of the day, the closer to the end of the day it is when you open those, the less profit you make, because number one, theta decay has taken away most of the value of the contract, so you're opening a smaller priced or premium contract. And then second, your brokerage, you're going to have some slippage sometimes. I would say anywhere above $10 you should be okay. Anywhere below $10 on the slippage, and you could potentially lose all of your profit and even go negative by opening an end of day 0 DTE credit spread. That's a mouthful. So is it more profitable? Probably not. If you wanted to take advantage of getting smaller credit spreads, but then having them be more profitable, I would recommend going out farther on the strike prices. So instead of a 40 delta, try a 20 delta, or try a 5 delta, and just go, 20 price levels out, and you might get $5, but if you, at the end of the day, it's probably going to be like 1. Right. If they let you do it all the way to the expiration, yes, it would be more profitable. Because they close it out early, though, on Robinhood specifically and other brokers, you have to consider that as well. So, because yeah, if not, otherwise I'd be waiting until like $2.59 and just open them up for $1 and win every single time. But unfortunately, that doesn't work. So, not a problem. And here's why I said you shouldn't wait, or you shouldn't close them out. If you're looking at our charts again, you shouldn't close them out until that MACD completely closes and transitions. Because remember, we hit our first downtrend here. We would have sold here. Now we have the opportunity to sell up here again. And yes, we are ending the cycle. So we're going to wait. And if we do have a call or a long put open, wait until those cycles close and you'll make more. Generally, you will. Any other questions in chat? Anything else? About 30%. That's awesome, CEO. You can hold it. You can hold it a little bit longer till this evening, or you can close it. Up to you, man. Personally, as long as you stay above the 96 level, you're going to be profitable. So, it just depends. I have the ability to sit back and watch it all throughout the day. So as long as SPY stays above your 596 price, you should be good. It's $2.50 above that. We're probably going to be good. If you want to monitor it throughout the day, or if you want to, just play it safe and close out for your free money right now, you can do that. Personally, I like to leave mine open as long as possible just to maximize that profit. But if you're happy with 30% gains like CEO has, then close it now. There's no shame in cutting it short and taking safe money. So profit's good, but because we're over 598.50 at this point, so I think we're safe. I'm pretty sure we're safe. Just depends. But you could totally take gains now if you wanted. I mean, we're past our 598 support. We're still pushing up. We've got another potential. Where is it? Oh, I mean, I say it's a potential support, but we're already pushing through it too. So, I don't know. I feel like this one's just too good and that we let it run. Because even though we're ending, the MACD is actually it showed that it was gaining. It's ending still, but I mean we've still got so much room to cross here that I don't know, it could be profitable. Now what about tomorrow selling so I don't use a day trade? If you opened it for tomorrow, totally just leave it open. That's what I did. I opened mine for tomorrow so I didn't have to close it today because I don't have day trades. So it's called a swing trade. You hold it overnight and then you can close it tomorrow morning, or you can let it ride throughout the day tomorrow and close it later. The longer you hold it though, the more it's going to be worth. Okay, yeah, then I would hold it for sure. Just monitor it and check on it and make sure SPY doesn't go too far. Yours was at what, 596, I believe? Yeah, as long as SPY is above 596, you're in the money and you don't even have to worry about it. You don't even have to close it. They'll close it for you automatically for you. Alrighty. So yeah, you should be good. I mean, you're almost $3 in the money right now, with no pressure to close it since it's a spread. So it sounds like you did really good. And we're almost $4 in the money now. This was the run, guys. This was the run. We were waiting for it. Came late, but it's here. And it's going to grow. That's amazing. I love to see that. I'm at 30% gains on that, or 25 now, but on that one we just opened. We're doing decent today. And we're through 599. All right, now I'm expecting a little bit. Now, guys, had we remember we talked about closing, and I said we shouldn't get. If you're only a few bucks from max profit, you can close. Yeah, 1% a day is amazing. If you can make 1% a day, then you'll 37 times your money each year. And I think that's based on 350 days or 365 days a year, but there's 250 trading days a year. So it may not be quite 370, but maybe 225 times your money every year. But as I was saying, had we sold at this level right here, look how much profit we would have lost. That's why we wait until the MACD closes. Because it might look like it's going down, but that's called like a bear trap. Or a bull trap, sorry. Because a lot of people will sell there and then they'll lose all that gain. And it looks like we're going to go on another little run here, potentially. My hope is that it pushes up and continues to rise through the afternoon today, and then tomorrow morning we break past our 605 marks. If so, I will be very happy. Now, if only we can get through this 599 and break past the 200 EMA, and I think we'll have a good run. Do I also have a day job? Kind of. I run a company, so I have free time, but yes, I also kind of have a day job too. And here we are, pushing up again. If we can break past this 200 EM or SMA, I think we're gonna have a great am I hiring? I did hire someone last week, but I don't think I'm hiring right now. I did hire someone last week. I actually hired someone from from the Discord. But no, I'm not hiring right now. But we do a lot of marketing. So that's kind of the industry we're in, is marketing. So you're more than welcome to tag me or send me a DM with a resume, and I'll take a look at it. Because I do keep like a folder with resumes for people who have different skill sets and such, and sometimes I will go through them and hire someone for a project or as a contract position or something. I just like to have a good a folder with some different people I could hire. But yeah, feel free to send over a resume. I'll look at it. And it looks like we're going to push through the 200 EMA. We push right through that top support or resistance there. We might have to let this one run for a little bit. And we're through the 200 SMA. I keep wanting to call it the EMA, but now that we're through the 200 SMA, we're seeing a increase in volume on the, or a momentum and volume on the MACD. The histogram's growing. And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the bull run. We're through the 200 SMA. It's just going to be incredible from here. Look at this. We don't really have much. We don't have much above us right now. I was going to say Christmas came early, but we're looking at the 200 SMA on the 1 minute chart. If we look at the 5 minutes, we're also at a perfect golden cross. 200 SMA is going to be way up here. So right about our 605 level, which I'm expecting to hit. Yes, I do trade other accounts while still helping with the $30 challenge. You called me out. Yes, I do. I do trade other accounts. I have about 13 accounts, brokerage accounts. It does get a little I don't want to say messy. It does get hard to trade while also doing commentary, but I've figured out how to do it. And yes, I do trade futures, actually. Hang on, I will show you something. I don't know if you'll be able to see my screen, but we're gonna see. Yeah, so actually this is my futures chart over here. This is the micro E-mini S&P 500 or the MESH5 futures contracts. So yes, I am trading on other accounts. But we're going to go back to this because I don't want to confuse people who might be tuning in. So let's go back to this chart. That is the level 2 trades that you see. I'm not sure I understand the level 2 trades I see. I'm not sure I follow. The level 3 trades that we're doing are on this here, and they're credit spreads. The level 1s are the single leg long calls or long puts, and then the credit spreads they require level 3 options in order to do it. Oh, yeah. So like real-time market data, yeah, I pay for that. I do pay for that, and I have that on Trade-O-Vate. Yeah, I do buy market data, so I can have that. I think Robinhood has like a 15-minute lag on their options or something like that, which is really annoying. But I don't know, whatever. I guess I have an alarm going off. All right, well, that is the 10:30 a.m. alarm, and so I think we're gonna call it here. We had an exciting morning. We hit 600. We're over the 600 mark, and we're still going up. So I didn't do that, but we made it. We're going to end the stream here, and we'll tune in Thursday for another market analysis, real-time live market analysis. Thank you for joining. This has been Free the Trade. I am DK305007, and we'll see you next time.